want to go ahead and introduce myself. Some of you may not be familiar with me. I know this is Jordan's call, that he does is very special to the community. I get a lot of good feedback from his calls, people reach out to me personally and like, yo, I really love that call last night. Can you give me the recording? Because the value that Jordan is giving you guys is a value that you're not going to get very, very often, right? And you're not going to get it presented to you in the way that he's going to present it to you, right? See, one of the principles that we learn is that you don't just learn this stuff, you become this stuff, right? You become this information that you're receiving. And that's something that Jordan has really taken upon himself, is to really become, basically personal development manifest. Like that's just what he does. Like PD his body is what we say over here with Next Level, right? PD his body. So like I was saying, guys, my name is Zakar Dosi. People call me Trey Smart. And, I had the pleasure of, just connecting with Jordan, honestly, just off of social media. We were already aware of each other. I actually got to see him talk way back in Dallas, right? We had like a mastermind. I was able to, hear him speak for the first time. And we really connected and vibed really well. We kind of have a lot of the similar interests. I mean, we were literally just on FaceTime the other day. We're reading the same book at the same time. Like, just think about that. Like, we're really in alignment out here. And, I don't play with energy. If I see alignment, I'm going to go in that direction, right? I'm not going to fight it. So I know that me and Jordan definitely, had to do a call together and really give you guys some major value. So what I love to do, right? What I love to do before I start off my calls, and I do this for everybody, right? Drop one thing you're grateful for in the chat, okay? Everybody drop one thing that you're grateful for in the chat, right? And think outside the box, right? Expand your gratitude, right? Really, gratitude is like a muscle. Like, you got to work it out. You really got to strengthen that gratitude muscle in your mind to really see all the things that are really playing out for your benefit. See, the fact that we're even here in existence right now is a miracle. Every moment is a miracle, right? None of this stuff is promised, right? My next breath is not promised. So expand your gratitude, drop it in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and just read off a few of them. I love doing this. Let's see, I'm grateful for my roommate. I'm grateful for another day of living to see the sky. Grateful for the ability to feel love. Grateful to be a part of this organization. Grateful for the storm. Grateful for discipline, optimism, healthy lungs. I'm grateful for the times I share with my loved ones. I'm grateful for the voracious reading desires. I'm grateful for my love. I'm grateful for this call. Grateful for mother kindness and my mother and her kindness. I'm grateful for my voice and the ability to understand. Grateful for the breath and my family. Grateful for a family. Grateful for the mindset, my partner, my life. I love it, right? Keep them coming, keep it coming, right? This is for everybody. You go in and read in the chat, all the things to be grateful for. You might be able to consider something for yourself. And trust me, it really pushes you through the day. Sometimes it's difficult to write down what you are grateful for, but hearing what other people are grateful for can definitely impact you, right? It can definitely impact you. It can do a lot for you, actually, because they may be in a tougher situation than you, right? They could be in a tougher situation than you right now. And if that person can still find a way to be grateful, you're going to feel like so can you, okay? So really quick, I just want to go ahead and give you guys some value before Jordan gets into what he's going to talk about tonight, right? The name of this call is, of course, detachment, right? And unfortunately for a lot of people, the word detachment actually carries, a bit of a negative undertone, right? You don't get happy about the word detachment. It does not make you excited, right? Attraction, right? That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? But detachment, it carries a negative undertone. But in fact, both attraction and detachment, right, they're even, right? In order for something to attach, something must be detached, right? They go hand in hand. These things are things that we have to balance in our lives, okay? So one thing I want to talk to you guys about, there's a part of detachment is actually overcoming the outcome, okay? You want to learn how to begin to detach yourself from what you want to happen, right? You want to make it where your mind is not focused on how the outcome is going to come into manifestation, okay? Right? That's the universe's job, okay? That's the universe's job to figure out all the magic of how something's going to happen, right? Your goal and focus is, of course, to put it out there, right? Put the thought in your mind, do the actions that you know is supposed to take, right? Whatever your mentors told you, and then let it work. See, when you're looking for something, what you're actually doing is you're holding on to it and you're not allowing it to be free. See, the thoughts that's in your mind, they need to be released into the universe. But when you're stuck on it, you're focused on how, it's actually stuck there in your mind and it's not able to actually like send like a message. It's almost like typing out the message to someone and never pressing send and letting it go. They're never going to receive it, right? And that's how the universe works as well. You must let it detach, okay? You must let it go. See, control is an illusion. Now, sometimes you can use control as an illusion, for your benefit. But more often than not, it's going to be used as something different. Now you say, I better be recording. Let me go ahead and press record. You please request permission. You're recording, right? Yeah, it's good. Perfect. Yeah, he never fails with the recordings. That's a fact. He never fails. So control is an illusion, guys. And it's something that can be used for both, again, your benefit or your downfall. And more often than not, people use it as their downfall. So actually, let me go ahead and tell you guys this, right? Like I said, the how is the universe's job. But we, as humans, we believe that we're in control of the how. And we're not really in control of the how, right? We actually, our thought, right? We stimulate the beginning, right? We create and manifest the thought of things, but the universe actually brings the nourishment, right? It fulfills that thought that we have, right? Our biggest benefit is our minds, the power of our minds, which is a frequency, right? It's energy. But the matter and everything that comes into play, that's the universe, right? That's everything that's already here. Everything that ever was and ever will be is already here, okay? It's already here. So we don't have to take care of that part. The control is an illusion because we want things so bad. So we have to feel and that in order to have them, that we must be in control. But that's just not true, okay? So I have a quote for you guys. This is really good. I'll keep it slow so you can write it down. Now it says, the search for security is actually an attachment to certainty. To the known, and the known is the prison of our past conditioning. All right, so I'll say that again. The search for security is actually an attachment to certainty. To the known, and the known is the prison of our past conditioning. Okay? So in order for you to be free, you must have to detach from knowing how exactly things are going to play out, right? You have to, or else you'll actually continue to keep yourself in the same exact circles of the past. See, the beautiful thing about uncertainty is that it's what gives life. Like life would not be life. It wouldn't be an experience if there was no uncertainty, right? You're so limited to what you can experience if you knew everything and exactly how everything was going to play out. That's where faith comes in, right? Faith is you're either operating on faith or fear. So in order to grow, you must have faith to step out and allow the universe to bring you what it is that it is truly going to give you, right? That's the only way that you're going to get in alignment with that. So I'm going to leave you guys with one more thought. All right, so I really wanted to keep this really short and simple. So it says, every problem is the seed of an opportunity for growth or greater benefit. So that's what I want to leave you guys with, right? I want to leave you guys with that mindset. Moving forward through this call, I want you to think from that perspective. Every problem is the seed of an opportunity for growth or greater benefit, right? If you truly want abundance, if you truly want success, that is the type of mindset that you must adopt in order to be in alignment with what you're asking for. You want abundance, right? You want infinity abundance like Jordan, 7777, 77777. You have to think like this, that everything is for you, right? Everything is working for your greater good. And in order to do that, you must be detached from it, right? You must be detached from it. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to the GOAT himself, 23 years old, Chairman 10, doing it consistently, killing the game on the calls, the spiritual development. My guy that I call when I want to listen and learn some more about Kevin Trudeau, always picks up the phone and gets back. I mean, guys, we really got somebody special here that really cares about sharing this knowledge and wisdom with you guys. I hope that I brought some value. I'll just go ahead and drop my Instagram in the chat real quick where you guys can follow me. And I'm going to pass it over to Chairman 10, Jordan Echo, Infinite Abundance 777. Yo, kill it with the 777 in the chat from my boy. Show him all the love, and he's going to go ahead and give you guys the rest of this training. Peace, guys. Let me go ahead and pass it back to you.
I appreciate you, Zakar. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for dropping the value, guys. Show him some love in the chat. Show him some love in the chat. I'm really excited to be on here tonight, going over some things with you guys. Some things really that I've been going through that also possibly that some of you can be going through. And also I do want to make this call a little interactive as well. But before we get into the call and the rest of the training and everything, for those of you guys that have a notebook and a pen and paper, I would like you to write down your intention for this call. Maybe there is a problem you're facing right now. Maybe there's something you're looking for clarity. Maybe somewhere in your life there's some type of resistance. Maybe you're trying to control the outcome, the circumstances, you're something, anything that you can gain from this call. I would like you to set the intention, because the way that your subconscious mind works is that, or your reticular activating system, there's all kinds of moving parts to this, but you're going to pick up whatever you set the intention to pick up from this call. And the power of your intention, which we went over last week, it's something that literally has the power to, there's no limit to the power that setting your intention has. But the point is, definitely set an intention for this call. I'm going to go over a couple things that's very relevant right now, I think, for a lot of people. Every time that I get challenged, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, spiritually, financially, literally just in general, every time I get challenged, just because of the position and influence that I have, I feel that I go through these problems so I can learn from them and then teach them to other people that are going through these problems. And that's how I kind of always see it. I never really look at problems as a bad thing, but at the end of the day, life is all about solving your problems, or there's always something that's coming that can appear to not be perfect for you. Okay. So one thing that I have learned, one thing that, it was very difficult for me to actually learn and apply. It was something that I knew needed to happen, and it's really called detachment. And it's something that I've really received a lot of clarity over these last few days on what that truly means and what that truly is. And, I've had times in the past where I was super attached to control or a routine or a label or things like that. And I was able to detach from them. And I know for some of you guys on this call, there's probably some type of attachment that you have in your life right now. And I want to show you how detaching from something allows it to come to you quicker than you could ever imagine. And that's what I've realized, that when you want something so bad, what's happening is you're giving the energy that you need it. And anything that you need, vibrationally, what you're saying is you currently do not have it, which means you're always going to need it. You're never going to get it. If you feel that you need something, so whether it's a certain amount of income, or whether it's, I need this many people on my team to feel happy, I need this much money in my trading account, I need to have this level of success to be happy. They say that success is a moving target, and that's what I'm trying to share with you tonight. Success is a moving target. So do not judge your self-worth based on your results, is what I'm saying. Okay. You are worthy just for being you. It doesn't matter what you have done in the past. It doesn't matter what you're doing right now. But what you must understand is that none of us are different. We have different perspectives. But on a soul level, no one here on this call is different than the rest. We all have the same powers within. And I've been able to receive guidance in tapping into some powers that I never knew I had. And that's the things I want to share with you guys, because I know a lot of people out here on this call, you know, you're struggling with something right now. Everyone's struggling with something right now. Drop a 1 in the chat if you have a challenge right now that you're faced with, whether it's in your family, in your business, in your work, in your finances, in your physical health, your mental. I mean, everyone's got something, right? Everyone's got something. So my intention for this call is to just give you, if I can just give you one breakthrough, then, you know, I did my job tonight. But like I said, set your intention on what you're looking for tonight on the call. And, you know, it may just come out, okay? And at any given time, anyone can raise their hand or ask a question in the chat at any given time. At any given time, you can definitely do so, okay? So pretty much, man, like, it's like when we set up a, for example, let's say, and I want to give an example. So for me, back when, where was it? It was last year. Back when it was last year, for me personally, you know, when I had made a certain amount of money trading, or when I had hit certain ranks, what happened was I put meaning on those ranks, and then I had uplines, and I had people on my team. They had certain ranks and certain levels of success, right? But it's natural for us to create meaning for what that is, okay? It's meaning, and if you put a meaning on it, what's happening is it's creating a lot of resistance, okay? But when you can detach from what it is that you are doing and just be who you truly are, like, the thing is, like, one thing that Bob Proctor said was, like, if I want to be free, I've got to be me. Like, literally, don't be the me that you think your friends think you should be, or that your parents think you should be, or that you're someone on your team and your business. Like, you need to be you and truly you. Because listen, if I'm not truly myself, I'm doing myself and you a disservice. Okay, and a lot of times when you're vulnerable, or where you're willing to be yourself, where you're willing to put yourself out there, what's happening is you're allowing your well-being to flow through you. That's you naturally who you are, with no resistance of, oh, I can't be myself because I am this label, or I have had these experiences in the past. And I feel that a lot of us here on this call, and myself as well, what happens is we have this identity that we hold on to. And what I want to share with you, and hopefully this makes sense, like you are not your past experiences. A lot of times we kind of get into past experiences, and we try to think of who we are. And if someone suggests something different, like, what's happening is, like, we resist change because it's not in alignment with who we think we are. So that's why I'm saying right now, detach yourself from the idea of who you are and allow yourself to be who you really are at the end of the day, okay? Because a lot of us right now, we're not fully ourselves. We're holding back. We're worried about what other people think, and we can't really be ourselves around certain people. And this is something that I've struggled with for my whole life. Literally, is something that on some level is always there, but it's something that I've improved tremendously on. Growing up, I was so afraid of what other people think. I would never post anything on social media. I would never talk to anyone I didn't know. Back in college, I was in college for 2 years. I never went to the clubs. I never went out to parties. I stayed inside in my circle. I had a group of friends from basketball, and I had a group of friends that I played Fortnite with. And I would never talk to anyone else. Why? It's not because I didn't want to. It's just because I felt like I couldn't be myself. I put labels that I am a shy person. I don't do that. But what's happening is, what I'm saying is, that's not who you are. That's just a belief system that you had somewhere in your past that was given to you. Whether it was consciously or unconsciously, it's a belief system within you that you must change, okay? Because so what even is a belief system? A belief system, your belief systems are running your life, but you got to realize a belief system is BS. That's why they call it BS. It's a belief system, right? But understand that it's a thought that you think repeatedly. That's as simple as it gets. Like, a thought that you think repeatedly. And, you know, drop a 1 in the chat if you believe that a lot of your belief systems come from your childhood, a lot of times from your parents, your peers, or your teachers, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if you think that's where you're. Yes. So for you to get a different result, you got to change the way change the things that you believe, okay? And a lot of that could be who you believe you are. And, you know, back when 2 years ago, I was a pizza delivery driver, and I was mowing lawns, I was playing Fortnite, I was playing basketball, and my whole life I had this label on myself that I was a basketball player, Or a lot of you guys here, you think, oh, I'm a trader, or I'm a builder, or I'm a whatever it is. The thing is, you are whoever you want to be. Like you don't have to be a label that you put on yourself. Okay. So letting go of whatever that means for you, And when it comes to detachment, it's really simple. And I would honestly, like I said, I kind of do want to make this interactive. So, and anyone that does have a question on anything specific, and whether it's a problem or whether it's something to do with trading or when it's something to do with building, because I'm someone, like I'm telling you guys right now, I'm someone that had every time that I've set goals in the past, sometimes on some level I was attached to them, but when I realized that detaching from them allows it to come flowing through me, it just made it a lot easier. So, if anyone has questions on that, I probably want to do I really had only one other thing. What was it? Yeah, so go ahead, literally whatever's calling you, and you can even ask the question in private if you want. It doesn't really make a difference. Okay, bet. Jonah. Okay, yep. All right, perfect. Jonah, where's Jonah? Right now? Okay, Jonah's right here. Okay, bet.
Yo, what's up, my brother? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk. And thank you for the purpose that I came on this call. I actually already found it, and I mentally, not more so with the business and with other things, personally things. I will say that basically what you guys talked about is basically surrendering, right? Surrendering who you are, surrendering, allowing the universe to allow you to do things. And that's something that I got off this call, and it's something that I've heard probably about 300 times this week. I mean, maybe not that much, but I've heard that a lot this week. And that's something that I've always needed to do, was just surrender. So I definitely thank you, for this message tonight. I definitely needed that, because I keep hearing it and I don't do it. So, this is the wake-up call. This is what I need to do in order to get to that next level. It's just surrender and just allow the universe, allow God, allow, that higher power to just take me, allow it to, do what it wants to, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what the trial is, no matter what the tribulation is. Stay humble and just keep going, no matter what, the universe does have us and are right where we need to be, with the right people at the right place at the right time.
Wow. That's powerful. That's I like the way you worded that. I like the way you worded that, bro. And I believe what helps us surrender is kind of just deep down knowing that's the only way. And you have to do it. And in what you just said right there, Jonah, it means something different to everyone here on the call. That's why I love these calls. It's really interesting to see. That could literally mean a whole different thing. But when I've experienced that in my life, it's very similar, bro. It's literally similar to how you said it as well. You have to do it. And for those of you that maybe don't understand what he's saying, I definitely want to mention, it's if you got to really just be aware, honestly, at the end of the day. You just got to be aware. Are you feeling resistance? Okay. And what even is resistance? It's something energetically blocking you from where you are to where you are going. It's something energetically, okay? So what resistance is a lot of times is you tell the universe, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm chairman 10, or hey, I'm quitting my job. But what you're saying is, hey, universe, guess what? It has to be this way. It has to be like this. Oh yeah, well, this is my goal. I have to make sure I have all these rules. I have to set up the plan. I have to set the routine. If I don't do this, and this, then I can't hit the goal. And a lot of times we give ourselves unrealistic expectations. And I do this myself as well. And a lot of times I give myself, so high expectations that it's something that I can't even really live up to, and a lot of us probably do this as well. But what I realize is all you have to do is set the intention, and that's it. And then let it be. Because when you stay in alignment with the feeling that it doesn't matter what I do or when I hit it, it's just automatically, it's going to happen. This is literally what asking is giving is all about. It's surrendering, understanding understanding that you controlling thing, like think about it like this, guys. Listen, if the spiritual side of success is 99%, that means the physical is 1%, okay? So if you are relying on your own physical control, you're only using 1% of your power, okay? So if you were saying, I have to do it like this, I have to do this many calls a day, I have to take these trades with these lots, if you're putting rules, what rules are limitations, okay? And you got to understand that the universe, you are the universe, so you create your own rules at the end of the day. Whatever you believe is true for you. That's what the placebo effect is. So you need to allow yourself to have belief systems that serve you. So if you have a belief system, which is a repeated thought that doesn't serve you, or see it for what it is, this is just a thought pattern. And, you know, last night, I had a deep meditation last night where I had a lot of clarity on this. And I was meditating and I was realizing that like your thoughts, like what your thoughts really are. And they're literally, what I see them as is they're beings from another dimension that come into your energy field that's in alignment with your frequency. Okay. But what happens is if you give attention to that being, what it does is it tells his friends to come. Okay. And that's what Asking is Given talks about. 17 seconds, you start to attract like thoughts. So when you attract like thoughts, when you're in an unconscious cycle of thinking, then what's happening is it becomes your belief system. But most of these belief systems aren't even truly yours. They were given to you by the wrong people growing up. Okay, so be aware of that, because letting go of those thoughts that don't serve you is how you create remove the resistance. Because it's only your thoughts that can create resistance. And Asking is Given tells you, like, let me just flip to this page. What did it say? It said, nothing has to change in your environment or in the circumstances that surround you for you to begin to deliberately allow your own connection to the stream of well-being. Okay, what does that mean? That means that regardless of what is outside of you, you can choose how you want to feel inside of you. You need to live inside out, not outside in. Okay, so that's what detaching even means. That's what surrendering means. Regardless of where I am physically, I know I'm there spiritually, so it's only a matter of time. And it's not about if it's already in your life. What did Kevin Trudeau say? Hey, if you get to the point where you experience it in your mind so much that you don't even care if it's physically here yet, when you get to that point, it's going to come in so fast, it'll be ridiculous. Okay? So think about it in your mind so much, visualize it so much, so that you can identify and be familiar with what that feels like, okay? As if it's already done, whether it's living in the house, whether it's, I got pictures of the house I want to live in literally everywhere. So I see it all the time. And when it's out of sight, it's out of mind. So the important things in your life, make sure you can see it easily. Just make sure you can see it easily. If you have it on the background of your phone, you got it. Literally you could just put it in spots that make no sense, honestly. Like you could put it on a mirror, you could put it in your car, on the fridge. I got the words present literally like 20 times posted all around here. It's something I learned from Eckhart Tolle, like how it's literally just a reminder to be present. And when you are present, you are allowing God to flow through you. What is God? What is source energy? Your well-being flows through you when you allow it to. Only thing that can not allow it to is you resisting it through your own thoughts, okay? Just let it be. Let the moment be. Be completely here right now. Be completely here now. Whatever you are doing, fully immerse yourself into the present moment. And when you are in the present moment, all possibilities exist in the quantum field. Okay, so do some research. I personally recommend Dr. Joe Dispenza and Aaron Doughty. These are the people that I've been listening to a lot recently. But the thing is, when you know that all possibilities are there in the quantum field, then you don't have to doubt anything. You just know that you just need to match the vibration. That's all you need to do, is stay there and allow it to be. Because once you ask, it is already given to you. It's just waiting for you to allow it to, okay? Like whatever you want's already yours. You just have to allow it to come. Because when you set the intention, you will be guided from the spiritual realm. Whatever you believe that spiritual guidance is, you are guided from the spiritual realm if you allow it to. The spiritual guidance comes only in the present moment. It will not come when you are resisting and thinking too much. When you're overthinking and planning, you will not get the spiritual guidance. You will be stuck into your physical limitations. Okay? So for you to access that spiritual guidance at 99%, you have to become present in the moment and trust whatever presents itself to you, knowing that is in alignment with your vibrational frequency. So focus on how you're feeling. It will just automatically happen for you. Okay? Zakar, you said you wanted to add on to this.
Sheesh. I hope y'all taking notes. It's definitely getting scary right now. But I did want to add to this actually because he mentioned Joe Dispenza, so I definitely have to raise my hand because we talked about that too. I mentioned I'm like, yo, okay, who you been listening to? I'm like, yo, Joe Dispenza. He showed me the book. I'm like, bet we on the same frequency once again. And something I've actually learned from that is actually feeling good now. Right. So I'm just going to give you guys hacks. These are hacks. So like, oh, how do I get better? How can I exercise my muscle to be just good at detaching? Number one is feeling good now. Right. This is something that I've adapted and adopted into my lifestyle is that when something isn't going my way, what I do is I muster up the feeling of what it would be like when it's over with or when I finally get the result that I want. So no longer am I necessarily thinking and focusing on it or even figuring out how to solve it, but I feel good as if it already is taken care of. And that feeling doesn't go away, right? That feeling doesn't go away because I mustered it up. And now I am allowing the energy to flow to make that happen even easier. Because guess what? Anything that you're feeling, your subconscious mind is searching for it at all times. And it's going to pick it up, whether you even know it or not. It literally could be a snap of the finger that you switch from a negative mood to a positive mood because of it. So feeling good now. And that for some people, this can be a lot more difficult than others, right? But it is something that you want to focus on doing. How to do it is very simple. Number one, you do have to first think about it and imagine it very clearly and vividly and really just get into the moment to the point where you're smiling. That helps a lot. But the second thing, and this is something we all should be already doing, is meditation. The best way to detach is to meditate. Meditation, he said, awareness and being in the moment. That's the point of meditation. You need to be aware of you and the space that you take up in the universe, number one. And then you also need to be aware of, the basic functions that you do. For me, you can even say I'm still at a basic level with it where I focus on my breath. And when I'm focused on my breath, nothing else matters. Okay? And guess what? I'm allowing so many things to detach from my mind and they're being taken care of, right? Because I'm not focused on it anymore, right? I've sent the message, I've let it go, right? You ever heard people write a letter to themselves and they burn it? Right? That's what I do when I meditate. It's gone. It's over. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm focused on my breath. I'm focused on me at the most basic level, right? The breath is life. Right? That's what I'm focused on. So this is just a simple hack that you can adopt yourself. It's the number one. Imagine the result as if it's already happened because that outcome exists. We live in a universe of infinite possibilities. So whatever you imagine is correct. The only thing that's waiting for it is the amount of time it's going to take. Okay? That's the only difference. Now, I'm really going to just cut it off short, but I really want you guys to drill that home meditate every day. Practice imagining and feeling. Practice it. These things can change your life forever, for real. I'm going to go ahead and pass back over to my boy. Keep with the questions.
Guys. You were just pointing that out, meditation 100%, 100%. I mean, if I don't even if I don't meditate, it's just not I just got to meditate. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you know, at the end of the day. But there was a couple questions. In here I definitely want to get to. Yeah, these are good questions. I'm glad. I love just seeing different perspectives. It always gives me ideas. You know what I mean? It always gives me ideas, and I love always hearing different people on how. Because the thing is, like you were saying, Zakar, we always we were talking about how a lot of times we're listening to different people that are speaking about similar things, and the language they use is slightly different. They use slightly different words, but the words have the same meaning, and that's how you know that. It's not the words that the universe understands anyway. So it's just what feeling and image do you get in your head really of when you say something. And yeah, that's just something that it's very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Okay, there was a question. It said, I like to know the limits between release and control. Release control and detach and end up being lazy about goals. Yes, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. This is just one of those questions that it's really a feeling that only you really know. Only you really know. You got to just know yourself at the end of the day. If you feel like, but what I can tell you is this, though. What I can tell you is this, because I've definitely, that's a very good question, because that's a problem that I struggle with all the time. And what I do personally, what I think that would help you, yeah. Well, first off, you gotta let's break it down to the question, right? So what's the difference? Where's the limit between detaching and being lazy? So you got to understand that it's not your work that's getting you to your goals, but it's the energy you feel when doing the work. So what I'm saying is, you need to feel good now as soon as possible. Get into the feeling of your goal as soon as possible. Like if your mission on this call is to hit your goals, your job and your only job is to feel good about your goals all the time. Like that's your only job. Because when you feel good about your goal all the time, any work you do will be effortless, easy, and super aligned that you don't have to doubt anything. Okay? But if you feel like you're being lazy, I mean, like if you truly feel that burning desire for your goal, you will never be lazy about your goal. Okay? You will never be lazy about your goal. Anytime if you're feeling lazy, it's probably because a distraction came up, more than likely. Okay? But also at the same time, don't think that you have to just be aware of, are these thoughts coming from my ego mind or from my higher self? You know, try to be aware of that, as far as like, if I'm being too, what was it? Okay. Yeah, because it could be your ego control telling you that you need to do more work, which is, it's not always the case, but it can be the case, but only you know that. And I think that's the best way to answer that. Like, if you feel good about your goal, you will just do whatever aligns with that. And also at the same time, know that if you are not feeling like you feel when you think about your goal, or, you know, I don't even know how to articulate that, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Like, if you don't feel in a certain feeling, the action sometimes can be misaligned and actually send energy in the wrong direction, which can create resistance. Okay, so that's just be aware of your feelings first. So be aware of your feelings first. You have every single right. It is first of all, it is your birthright to be free and maintain a high level of energy at all costs. You do not have to have anyone in your life. You don't have to have any circumstance that you do not want to experience. You can let go of it and remove yourself from. It don't matter who it is in your life, you can cut them off immediately. It doesn't matter what the thing is that's holding you back, you can cut it off immediately. And I feel once you remove those energy blocks, it really just becomes effortless manifestation, really. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you need elaboration or anything on that. Okay. I believe there was another question. Was there another question? I don't know if there's another question like this, or does anyone, okay, Hassan, okay. Yeah, and I want to point this out as well, guys. You got to understand that all of us, whatever you believe in, your spiritual guidance, whether you call it spirit guides, whether you call it angels, whether you call it God, whether you call it the universe, whatever you call it, you got to understand that there is a what I call a higher self, which is your spiritual guidance from the higher realms, if this makes sense. But pretty much at the beginning of the call, I said, set your intention for the call. And I said, I'll set the intention for the call, knowing that when we tap into the present moment, the spiritual will guide us to that conclusion. That's why a lot of you got a breakthrough on this call, because you set the intention to, and I set the intention to give you one. So of course, when we just become present and trust the moment, it will just naturally happen. Okay. We don't have to question it. We don't have to, I hope this works out. You know, it's going to. The only thing that would make it not work out is you not allowing it to, is you putting your control and saying, I don't know, that seems kind of unrealistic. That seems kind of crazy. Why? I don't know. Is it really that easy? Yes, it's really that easy. That's kind of one of the hardest things about this whole thing, is just like trusting how easy and simple it is. I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple. Think about what you want, not what you don't want. Clearly define what you want, feel good about it, and just allow it to come in. You just stay on that feeling, do whatever aligns with that feeling. which includes action, which sometimes allows being aware to go meditate and realign your energy. Sometimes it means moving yourself out of a certain environment to go to somewhere else. Sometimes it means, oh, I need to read a book right now, or maybe I need to go on a walk. Sometimes it means I need to go full out massive action because I know I'm completely guided right now. You got to know yourself and know your energy at the end of the day. And if your energy is not where it needs to be, you need to get it there. Okay, it doesn't matter. And remember, I'll read this one more time. This is straight from Asking is Given, which I recommend you get. It says, nothing has to change in your environment or in the circumstances that surround you for you to begin to deliberately allow your own connection to the stream of well-being. Okay? But without you meditating, it's going to be very difficult to let go of things. I don't even really, being present is the only way to let go. It's just being in the present moment, literally being in the present moment. That's where everything happens in the present moment. And if you have anxiety, that literally means your thoughts are taking you away from the present moment. You're too worried about the future, or you're too worried about the past, and not living up to the expectation of yourself, or saying that this is who I am, so I can't do this, or it's your own thoughts that are resisting you, and only your thoughts. Let go of your thoughts, and it will already be exactly how you want it to be. So that's really all I'll say, and I'll really definitely end it on that, unless anyone has any other questions or things they want to add on to this, or anything along those lines. Definitely let me know or drop in the chat. But that's pretty much what I wanted to go on. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. And I also realized it wasn't even me saying it. It was my higher self that was communicating with your higher selves to make sure that what I wanted and what you wanted end up happening. Okay. So it wasn't me. It wasn't Jordan that did that. And understand that I was in the present moment. So the spiritual guidance came through. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, Asking is Given. I highly recommend that book. Hassan, I think Hassan wanted to, okay. Mm-hmm.
No, I was basically like, earlier today, even like I was like, with everything going on, I was like, my immediate thing, like, okay, I have to get everyone on this call. Having everyone do it even through a pipeline system and everything like that too. But again, noticing that, okay, we have all this momentum going on here, guys, but I'm worrying about the how. And then you broke it down beautifully, and guys, really, like with the meditation, it's more so the mindfulness, you know what I mean? We don't have to sit here really, and like what Zakar's saying, like focusing on the breath, and just being in the present moment. The definition of mindfulness, right, is a non-reflective and non-judgmental approach to any internal and external stimuli that comes through, right? And so when you're there, you concentrate. So here's like, a good, like he was saying, following your breath, right? You literally feel good, right? Kevin Trudeau, you need to listen to that. Your wish is your command. Feel good now. So during mindfulness, you literally have the ability to not only decrease, right, your anxiety, these thoughts that come into your head that can increase these limiting beliefs, which hence create anxiety and stress, right, or distressing thoughts, right? You are also raising your vibration literally by feeling good now, right? And so what's happening is when you are focusing on your breath, take a deep breath in. When you're doing that and you're focusing on the feeling of the breath, you literally need to focus. You need to focus and feel the feeling of the breath going up and the feeling of the breath going down. Up 4 seconds, hold in and hold it respectively. You tune into that vibration of sucking in that air, you're feeling it, and you're feeling it let out. You are literally feeling the capability and power, right, of yourself raising your vibration, right? I also think, I don't know really, but when you hum, you know how Buddhists hum when they meditate? These are different tactics when you practice mindfulness that is going to help you not engage with the chitter chatter in your mind. So when you're doing these things, humming, right? And all that too. Maybe even wearing, right? Binaural beats is really good, and make sure they're the ones where you notice the frequency is different than the frequency on the left earphone. Binaural beats only work if you wear earphones, headphones. It's a phenomenon through headphones. because what's happening is the frequencies are converging, right? This one goes through this way and that one goes through this way, and the different frequencies are making a vibration. So now your brain is having a following frequency response to that vibration. So binaural beats is really good too. Helps you feel good, helps you focus, okay? Maybe if you want to add on some music, go ahead, add some tranquil music and everything. But the whole purpose during mindfulness is you're raising your vibration, right? So in the beginning, it's going to be hard because what you're doing, it's like building the muscle. You're building the muscle of your reflexive awareness. Oh, I'm thinking about that. Feel good now. Oh, I don't want to, okay, wait, what can this situation, what can I learn from it? Right? You're catching yourself. You're catching yourself before you enter that negative spiral pathway of thinking. So literally, guys, when you meditate, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, what you're doing is literally focusing in on how it's feeling for your vibration to go up, your breath in and out. And you disengage those thoughts. Every time you catch yourself, you follow your breath. You can do the humming tactic with binaural beats. And when you're humming, you're literally vibrating. Try it out. Like these different tones, you're vibrating. You think about it. You're humming, you're vibrating literally your brain with your own voice. The power's within you. The divine is within you. Yes, we are always at the right place at the right time because frequencies and how they work, it's all numbers and everything, right? This is a world of ancient geometry, right? And so how we perceive it is not how we actually perceive it. So again, these tactics, while you're doing mindfulness, hum binaural beats, make sure you're wearing headphones, and make sure you can do this yourself. Check the frequency. It's going to be different on the right, and it's going to be different on the left. It's going to be like, this one's going to make, and it's going to converge, and it's going to make a following frequency response, all right? And your brain's going to copy and paste it. Just like you copy and paste trades, you're going to copy and paste a vibration. So really, guys, 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, start out with that. You might not see results right away, but just like that residual income, it's going to happen every time. It comes in because you're doing the work. And when you work, you get paid. Then you work, you get paid. And when you work, you get paid, you get paid. When you work, you get paid. So when you put in the work by raising your unconsciousness to the conscious effort, and then consciously working it, consciously becoming competent with it, competent, it becomes so natural, you're unconsciously competent. That's why when the work is so easy, the money's coming in continuously. We don't need to be worrying about the money. We need to be focused on raising our vibration. And literally, mindfulness is gonna be a great way. Doing these tactics are gonna help you. Binaural beats, converging frequencies, beautiful stuff. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you. Share some love.
Perfect. Yes. Wow. Yes, it's meditation is it's just something that words can't even explain, really. Zakar, you said something? You had something, Zakar?
Of course. You know, like I said, you brought up Joe Dispenza. So I got to drop every Joe Dispenza quote tonight. I got to drop them all because I know my people needs to hear this. You know, not everybody is a PD beast like you. So, these calls are where they're going to get it from. So I got one that really stuck with me. I remember writing this down, and it was, you can't wait for your healing to feel wholeness. And a lot of people are in this point where they're waiting for this outside healing, but it's going to start from the inside, right? It may have been an outside factor that may have gave you the stimuli to feel that way, but the healing starts from the inside. And a big part of that, going along the lines of what this call is about, is detachment, right? In order for you to get to that point where you can get that wholeness feeling, is you must detach from the past. Sometimes we're detaching from an outcome, that's what I talked about in the beginning, but we also have to detach from the past. And this all brings us back to the moment and the feeling. And, you know, I appreciate Hassan, you know, he brought up and went in depth about mindfulness. And I really hope you guys take this very seriously. It did me a lot. You know, believe it or not, when I look back, I was doing binarial beats when I was the top swipe trader on swipe trades, right? When I was doing numbers that nobody ever saw, I was doing binarial beats, believe it or not. Every day, I fell asleep to it, you know? So these things are real. Take it very seriously. There are keys to how to operate yourself that are out there. And a lot of people take this stuff for jokes because, I'm sorry, they waited till they was 25, 30 to hear this stuff, and it just happens that way. But I really need you guys to believe tonight, this is not funny. Right? This is the real deal. Success is over 90%, if not 99%, spiritual. You have to really work on this. Okay? You've made it this far to where you are off of physical, right? But the next chapter in your life is going to require that physical you, that spiritual you, right? That higher self that Jordan Echo is talking about. And we all can tap into it. But that person only exists in this moment. Okay? That person only exists right now. You can only be that 100% higher you only in this moment. It doesn't exist in the future yet. That's not how it works. And it didn't exist in the past. You're, like he said, you are not you from the past. Your spirit is not attached to the past. It's only present right now. Okay? It's only present right now. So that's all I had to say. You know, Jordan, if you want to go ahead and close out, if anybody else has any value, I just really wanted to get that out because I know some people definitely need to hear that. But I love everybody. Grateful for you all. I'm gonna go ahead and slide off, but yo, I really, really, really enjoyed this call. Thanks, Jordan, for letting me get on.
Yes, bro. Appreciate you, Zakar, bro. Appreciate you for coming on here and you guys sharing the value, and Hassan as well, and Jonah as well. And I do want to add one thing onto this, because since feeling good now is really the answer. Because a lot of this stuff tonight can seem kind of far out there, or maybe it can seem like maybe it sounds good, but it's unrealistic for me. What I want you to do is understand that don't take it so seriously. Don't take yourself so seriously, because it will really remove the pressure for you. Like, make this thing a fun thing to do. It's a game. It's not something that, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Oh, Hassan said to do this when I was breathing. I didn't do it right. Oh my, you know what I mean? Just don't let your thoughts overcome you. Just breathe, and like, there's no rush. What is the rush? You only have now. And if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling in a rush, what's going to happen is you're going to create some circumstances where you need to keep rushing, and it's never going to end. Like, literally, it's never going to end. So you need to be present now, and don't overthink this, and just literally just have fun with this whole process of life, of business, of growth, of whatever the case may be. Just have fun with the whole thing. Don't take it so seriously. And at the end of the day, so what I was going to say was the foods. There's certain things that these are important things to really get you to that next higher level, that, like, these are really non-negotiable things. Unless you've completely transcended what food do to your body, which I don't think anyone on here has done that, but there's certain things that are very, very popular, some ingredients to look out for. You want to write these down, and you need to avoid these. This isn't something that, oh yeah, it's bad for you, that's fine, I'll still eat it. No, it's like, this will literally limit your growth, but also it will limit your spiritual understanding when you have these certain ingredients. Now, when you understand that the elite class, or whoever is in control of setting up what foods are not only you are consuming, but are easy and cheaper to consume and more marketable. And a lot of the most famous products and restaurants and ingredients in foods are specifically wrong on purpose, literally, so that they can keep you into their system for control. So with that being said, you don't have to think too much of that, but just understand why that it would be kind of hard to believe you never heard this before. But for example, in a lot of the popular soda brands, for example, you're going to see high fructose corn syrup, or you're going to see what you should write down to avoid it always. Okay. And also you're going to see food dyes such as maybe Red 40 or Red Lake 6, or I don't even know what they're called. Like, they're such weird names. and a lot of famous chip brands and snacks, like literally the most popular ones out there. I'm talking like Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew. I mean, you got Frito-Lays, you got Cheetos, you got Doritos, all of these. Look at the ingredients. Like, don't just put foods in your body, because the people that are controlling you are controlling you. A lot of it has to do with the food, okay? Literally, because it's lowering your vibration, and certain ingredients, artificial sweeteners in your body, what it does is, what happens is it's like stopping your brain from sending these signals out. Like we were talking about, this is all mental and spiritual, whatever. If you're having artificial sweeteners, it's like blocking the whatever. I'm not sure. I don't really have the terminology, but like Joe Dispenza talks about this. Okay. But like at the end of the day, what's happening is your brain isn't able to even process this information, because your vibration is lowered and it's killing your desire. Okay. When you have no desire in your heart, you're not going to do anything. You're just going to be lazy. You're not even going to feel good. You're just going to be there. If you're eating junk food, if you're eating fast food, you're putting things in your body that shouldn't be in your body. What's happening is it's taking your body a long time to digest the food. So all that energy you could be going towards your goals, towards your manifestation, it's going towards digesting food that shouldn't be in your body. And that's why a lot of times you can get into lower vibration and kind of stay there, because the food is in your body. Okay. So pretty much really, really simple. And there's a couple more. Fluoride-free toothpaste. Check your toothpaste right now. Is it fluoride toothpaste? Fluoride literally damages your brain. Okay. It has been linked to multiple diseases. It has been linked to a lot of things, specifically in calcifying your pineal gland. Okay. And that's where your third eye is. If you've heard of the third eye or whatever it is, removing fluoride is something that's very important. Okay. If you have fluoride, you're literally like in a bubble of your mind that's limited to your physical body. And you think you're just your physical body. And that's because of the fluoride that's in your toothpaste. Okay. Yeah. It sounds kind of crazy. It sounds kind of out there if you've never heard that before. But when you understand that the people that are in charge of this whole system, they want control over you. So for them to control everything, they know it's all spiritual. They know all this energy stuff. They give you foods that are going to lower your vibration and kill your desire. Tap water as well. Yep. And your gut and the brain. Exactly. Yeah. It's deeper than I understand. Okay. It's deeper than I understand. If anyone has anything else to add on that, definitely do. So those are some things. And now for guys specifically, this is going to be a major key into manifestation energy. You got to understand that your sexual energy is your creative energy. Okay. This is associated with your sacral chakra. Okay. So understand that the energy that creates a baby is within inside you. Now, guys, if you're out there sleeping around, or if you're on pornography, or if you're releasing the energy that's inside you, that is the energy that is for your creative force. That's literally life force energy. And when you keep it inside you, what happens is your creativity boosts, your confidence boosts, your focus boosts, your ability to feel desire, your testosterone, and so on. Like, there's so many things to this. But what happens is when you release, what's going on is all that energy, that creative energy, that manifestation energy, you just released it. So you're drained, you're depleted, you don't have as much energy. A lot of times you can get sick. When you are retaining your sexual energy, what's happening, you are so healthy and vibrant and radiant that it's like it's not even possible to get sick. Like, literally, it's really not possible. So it's something to really think about. If you've never heard about, I would definitely recommend doing research on what's called semen retention. Do research on that. It's something that Think and Grow Rich talks about. Sexual transmutation. Okay, it's what the most successful people know this. They know this, and they practice this. Okay, sexual transmutation, semen retention. Look it up. Okay, look it up. At the end of the day, and I definitely just wanted to add that on. And it's already 11 o'clock, man. So we're definitely just gonna get off this call. I appreciate everyone for being on here, for setting your intentions, for staying focused, and so on and so forth. I think this has been a great call. It's been a great experience. I definitely learned some things on here. Oh, okay. Bruce is gonna say one thing real quick. All right, where's Bruce? All right, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, for people who have trouble with the house sometimes, right? One of my mentors, one of their favorite sayings is, when you buy a car, right? You don't read the manual on how the combustion engine works, but you put the key in the ignition, you turn it, and you believe it's going to work. You expect it to, and it does. It's the same with everything that Jordan has been teaching us and will continue to teach us. That's really as simple as it is. You don't have to know the how. Someone does. It ain't us. It's not our place to know it. We don't need to. We just need to know that it works, like your car. That's all.
Yeah, bro. Like honestly, like it really is that simple. It really is that simple. Like to be honest, no reason to overcomplicate it. Like it's simple as that. Um, so if anyone, let's stay connected. You can stay connected on my Instagrams right here on here. You know, shit. Any last words for me, man? Just be grateful. You're blessed. Everything you want is already within you. Tap into your higher power and just allow that abundance to come through, baby. That's it, man. Like literally. Peace, love, and blessings, family.